Well, hello. My name is Brian. My wife Rose and I are resellers in the Pacific Northwest. We resell as Cabin Fever Solutions, and you're watching our new YouTube channel, Cabin Fever Reselling. Today was a family day. We went to a graduation for my youngest granddaughter, and then had a nice lunch out in Olympia. And it's coming up on 8 o'clock. The sun's glistening off the lake. That's a beautiful end to a very nice day. Tomorrow I need to get back into my routine, start listing, and I thought I'd put together a short video. Perhaps I'll take the clip from this morning where I talked about thinking like a buyer helps you be a better reseller, and I'll couple that up with a clip that I interviewed Rose on when she was working on her project and ordering parts for her project from eBay and Amazon. But I think together that'll make a nice clip. Well, whatever you're doing today, please enjoy it the rest of the day. This is Brian. One of the things that can make you a better seller is to give some thought to how a buyer feels. What makes a buyer pick one company or one seller over another? Sometimes it's as simple as availability. Earlier this week, Rose received a package, and the package has a herbal supplement in it from these folks. Now, for a while, she's had a long-standing order in with Amazon, which is one of the interesting things about Amazon. You can have them fulfill a routine, regular, repetitive delivery. In this case, it was every 2 months, like a subscription. And they couldn't fill it this time. So she went over to eBay. She found another provider. They sold it to her. Canceled the order shortly after. That always gets me curious when multiple sources are short of a product. So Rose did a little research, and she went out and found the company directly. I guess that's Gaia or Gaia. So now she has a subscription directly with the company or their distributor. But it does make you wonder, maybe the company itself finally got large enough that their direct sales level got high enough that they pulled their products from Amazon and eBay. Figured they'd cut out the middlemen, keep more in their pocket per sale. And that happens sometimes with the growth of a company. Could also be they just hadn't shipped out, or whoever was trying to resell it didn't get their stock. It may have got hung up somewhere in the supply chain. But always interesting when you can take a look at two large platforms, not find a product, but find out that there's a direct sales company. So it's something to give some thought to as a buyer and as a seller. Constantly as a seller, watching your prices to make sure they're still competitive. You may have had the best price when you listed it, but as time goes on, somebody else may be undercutting your price in the market. Could be on the same platform, could be an entirely different platform that's doing it. But if you notice that you're getting steady sales of a product you've got in quantity, in depth, and all of a sudden those sales are declining, it might be worth a little checking. Rerun your comps, check availability. Sometimes when I'm running comps, I'll find that I've got a quantity of one, and I'll look, and there's a new seller of that item, and he's got 100 or more. So all of a sudden, that guy's Bigfooting that product on that platform. Unless you can come in under his price or provide some other service or attribute that's better than his, he's going to dominate that particular slot. On Amazon, you call it the buy box, but he's going to dominate that buy box concept until he runs out of inventory, or until somebody else comes along and Bigfoots him. Because often when you make a large quantity buy of the same product, and I've got several examples in my inventory, but when I buy a case lot or a pallet lot of something, I'm going to be selling that for a while. So I won't say slash, but I will reduce my profit margin per unit in order to shift that unit faster. I want to run through that quantity, recoup my money, get my profit, and move on to the next. Because often those big buys They take up a lot of storage space. They're fast to list in the sense that you can list, 2 dozen, 5 dozen, 100. You can list them with one listing and then watch them count down. But I'm a little more generous in my discounting when I've got something in that depth, either right on the listing or when people send me offers or when I send out offers to buyers. Because often you're buying that large quantity because your buy-in price is much lower than what it would be if you were to just pick them up as singles or as a small group. So you're getting a great price, and yeah, some people have the mentality that they're gonna push that market to the top and they're gonna make a lot of money on each unit. But I actually find it more practical from terms of flip to come in at the market or slightly below, offer a discount for multiple purchases, maybe combine shipping, and move them on out. It's especially true if there's a sell-by date on the product. If you need to worry about when that product expires, or when it's a best buy, or when the company's going to introduce the next version, and you need to move through all of your inventory before that, then pay a little more attention to your price point and a little less attention to your profit per unit. Though the overall deal has to make enough profit per unit to cover your expenses and your time and all of the equipment you use to acquire it. All right, that was it. Just an example of how thinking about being a buyer relates to thinking about being a seller. This is my lovely bride, Rose. We were married a long time ago. I won't get into that. But we've been married for decades, let's put it at that. The project Rose is working on is to extend the life of her outside solar panel lights. And she's doing that by ordering batteries online, taking them apart, and then replacing the rechargeable batteries. Otherwise, they seem to only last for about one winter. All right, Rose, tell us about what you're up to.
Well, when I first started, most of them I found were AA's. So ordered on eBay some AA rechargeable batteries.
Good price?
It was a good price, yeah, it was okay. It was comparable to everything I've found. And I got them, but it took 5 days. So when I went to change all my batteries, I was opening different ones up that I hadn't checked on, finding that I had several, all of these in fact, that were AA's.
So what did you do?
Well, since I had everything on the table already, I wasn't willing to wait another 5 days, like many, many people, impatience. So I went ahead and I got a hold of Amazon and got next day delivery.
Next day? You got that through your Prime subscription, right?
I did, free shipping. So I got it, I cut it open. These are the ones I need for all of these lights.
You hope.
Yeah, well, I don't know that they'll work. We won't know until tonight.
But they're the size.
But
How
they
is
are pre-charged and ready to go in, and I can test them just covering with my hand.
excellent? How was the price compared to eBay?
Well, I got 4 batteries from eBay, AA's, and I was able to get 8 batteries from Prime for the same price.
And delivered in one day.
One day.
Did they make the delivery on time?
Yes.
Oh, okay,
In fact,
pretty good.
earlier than expected, because they had until 6 o'clock tonight. They were here by noon.
Now, did they? Was it an Easter egg hunt to find them?
No, they put them right where I asked.
Ah,
Amazon's been very good lately. Every now and then we have a driver that does not read the directions, and he puts them wherever. And for some reason, and I know you've probably seen a pretty picture on the video of my shed, my potting shed, and that seems to be where they think home is, and they put them on that porch.
well, it is a cute little potting shed if I did build it myself. Yeah, actually, I didn't.
Helped you finish.
I didn't build it by myself. I've got some video somewhere or some photos of Brandy starting the framing, and I think I have a few more of Rose making the final choices and then helping to install the sheet metal, the roofing, the shingles, and of course the paint. Rose is the painter and finisher in our operation.
I I don't let Brian paint.
Yeah, or you come right behind me and repaint. All right, I am going to go watch that auction close. I thank you for your indulgence coming onto camera for the first time. Rose has not been as enthusiastic about this camera and this foray into YouTube as I have been.
Well, let's just say I'm very excited that you're doing it because I think you have a lot of knowledge you can pass on to others that will benefit a lot of people. And you love to teach. You're patient, kind, and methodical on steps.
Sometimes too much so, huh?
Yes, TMI.